Hello and welcome to this screencast. My name is Oliver Wirkus. I'm a senior SharePoint consultant with Softlanding in Vancouver, Canada, and I'm also a Microsoft MVP. This video is part of a series of videos that we at Softlanding created to assist our App Modernization initiative. The videos in this series are providing technical information for developers and IT admins that is directly related to our app modernization workshops and talks. Before we start, please allow me to quickly introduce Softlanding. We are a Vancouver-based Microsoft systems integration partner founded in 2000. We have about 50 staff in our Vancouver office and are partnered with, amongst others, Cyrusen, Metalogix, Nintex, and specialize in Microsoft Enterprise Technology. Our area of expertise comprises of 4 pillars. Number 1 is the Microsoft Productivity Stack, including Office 365 and SharePoint. Pillar number 2 is all about Microsoft infrastructure, including Azure and on-premises infrastructure. Pillar 3 is focused on custom development, like app development, SharePoint, and Azure development. And Pillar 4 is our security practice. If you would like to know more about what we are doing and how we might help you, please visit our website or contact us via info@softlanding.ca. Most business applications are using databases to save data to, but a database usually requires a database server too. If a business application needs to deal with small amounts of data only, an Azure table storage might be more efficient and cost-saving. In this video, I'm going to update the demo application I have created in the first video with an Azure table storage. To be able to utilize Microsoft Azure as a platform to host your business application, you first need to have a subscription. If you don't have a subscription yet, you can always get a trial subscription that is available for 1 month free of charge. Navigate to www.azure.microsoft.com and sign up for a free trial account. As I just mentioned, in this video we will add an Azure table storage to the existing demo application. In the subsequent videos we will take this basic application and enhance its functionality. Okay, let's switch over to my Azure account and have a look on the dashboard. Here in the dashboard you can see I have an app service and app service plan, and I created both in our first video, and I have a SQL server and a SQL database which I created in the second video. In this video I would like to add a storage account to my resource group. To do that, I simply click on the plus new icon on the left sidebar. I'm looking for storage, and I'm clicking on storage account here, and as you can see, a storage account can handle blobs, tables, queues and files. So let's click here. So first I need to give it a name, and I'm going for my usual name, App Modernization Demo. And as you can see here, this green check mark is telling me that appmodernizationdemo.core.windows.net is valid and available. So the deployment model will be Resource Manager. Account kind is set to General Purpose, Performance Standard. Same is true for Replication. I don't need my storage service encrypted, so Disable is fine here. I stay with my usual subscription. The only thing I'm going to change here is the resource group, because I would like to use the existing resource group from my first video. Location is set to Canada Central, which is fine. So let's click on Create. And deployment has started. So this will take a couple of seconds for Microsoft Azure to create our storage account. And we can watch the progress when we click on all resources here. As you see, here are the resources I've created in the first and the second video. And here we go, deployment succeeded. So let's refresh it, and here we go. Here's my App Modernization storage account. So let's click on this. Here's the overview, and the page still needs to refresh here, so there's no data available right now. Okay, let's first switch over to the dev environment. So this is my Visual Studio project here, the App Modernization demo. And the first thing I need to do here is I need to right click on the project, go to here, get packages for the solution. I need to add a package to my solution. So click on Browse, and I type in Azure. And here's the first solution package I found is Windows Azure.storage, and this is the package I'm going to install now. So this package is providing additional assemblies, and it's updating my project, as you can see here in the Solution Explorer. Here are the changes, and sure, I accept the license. And now the package manager is downloading the package and is installing the package to my current solution here. So this, okay, this is done now. Fine. Let's see if I still can compile my project. So build started, and build succeeded. Fine. Okay, as a table storage is handling entities, I first need to create an entity, and in my example I will add a new class to my project here. So this will be a very basic entity class, and I will name it contacts.cs. Okay, let's add this class to the project. Here we go. And this class needs to derive from table entity. Here we go. And this class needs to have two constructors. So the first one will be a constructor without parameters. And the second one will be a constructor with parameters. Contacts. So the first parameter is a partition key, and the second parameter will be a row key. Both parameters are needed by a table storage, because table storage is organizing the data saved to the table by a partition key, which is comparable to a table ID or table name, and a row key, which is a unique identifier for one single data set in that table. And this is deriving from a base class, and the base class also needs to have partition key and row key. Okay, here's the second constructor, and now I need to add two properties to my entity. This will be a very basic example here, so I'm just adding two string properties, a name and a phone number. Again, this needs to have a getter and a setter. Okay, here we go. This is all we need for my basic entity. Let's save it and compile the project again. on, build succeeded. Great. To be able to display the data I'm going to save to my table storage, I'm using another view like I did in the first and the second videos. So I'm going to View, Home, and I click on Add View. I'm creating a new view, and this new view will have the name Table Data, and it's using the layout page, which is described here. Click on OK. Visual Studio is creating the view, and this view will show up here. Here we go. And I just need to add a few lines of code to this view to enable the view to display data. So I'm creating a variable responsible, which is of type string. And this is just taking an object from view data, and the name of the ID of this object is responsible. Okay. And the body of the view, I'm just going to display that string. This string will be the name and the phone number of a sales rep. Responsible here. Okay, that's all we need. So let's save it and close it. So now we have the view. To be able to use the view, I need to update the home controller. So let's open the home controller here, and here we need to add a couple of lines. Well, it's not true, I think 15 lines of code, but it won't be that complicated. So first I need to create a new action result. This action result needs to have the same name as our view. It's table data. Copying the view back message from here. So this is our table data page, and of course this action result is returning a view. So between these lines here I will add the code needed to use our table storage. First I will add data, I will add an entity to the table storage, and at the end I will read back that data and display that data in the view. Okay, first things first, I need to have a string variable named account name equals something. I'll add this later. And I need another string variable which is called key value. So these will be my login data that I need to provide to be able to log into my table storage. So let's go back to Azure. Click here, click on access keys, and here is my storage account name. I'm copying it and I'm pasting it here to my account name variable. I'm doing the same with the key. I'm copying the key, going back to Visual Studio and pasting it here at the key value variable. Okay. So next is I'm creating two additional string variables. Partition key will be sales, and the row key I'm going to use will be Softlanding. Okay, so now let's try to access our table storage. First I need to have credentials. So these are storage credentials, and I'm passing the account name and the key value here. So next is I need an account. that's wrong. Just new cloud storage account. I'm passing my credentials, and I'm passing an additional parameter set to true because I would like to use HTTPS, as you can see here. Okay, now we have our account. So next I need to create a client. To get that client from the account, create cloud table client, and the table will have the name contacts list. Oh, this is wrong here. Sorry. So this needs to be like this, and now I need to create the table. Get table reference, and here I'm passing my table name. Okay. So sorry for that. Okay, now I have my table. I can create the table now. So I'm just calling table.create if not exists. So if the table is not existing, it's getting created. If it is existing, it is not updated here. So the data I would like to save to my storage account, to my table storage account, is an entity. And the entity is based on the contacts class I created I think 5 minutes ago. So now I can use this contacts class here. I'm creating a new entity. The entity is of type contacts, and I need to pass the partition key and the row key here. And I'll also need to add my properties. So name, let's set the name to my name, and oops, sorry, no, this needs to be a comma, and let's add a phone number like this one, and we're done with the entity. Now we finally can save the data of that entity to our table storage. We do that by creating an insert operation, which is of type table operation, and we do an insert or replace here, and I'm passing my entity because that's the data I would like to save to our table storage. Okay, and the only thing that's left to do is this operation needs to be executed. Execute insert operation. Okay. So with these lines, we should be able to save data to our table storage. And now we're going to retrieve the data back to be able to show that data in the view. So to retrieve data, we need to have a retrieve operation. Again, this is of type table operation. This time it is retrieve. We need to pass our entity. Our entity is contacts, and of course we need to pass as well the partition key and the row key here. So there's something missing here. It should read like this. Okay, much better. So next I need to have a query. Get that query from my table object. executing the retrieve operation. Okay. Now let's pass this data to the view data to be able to show it in the view. So responsible equals string dot format. Let's take the name first and add the phone number. So this is contacts. Query dot result dot name. So this is the name. Let me just copy this here and paste it in here. And the only thing we need to change here is the phone. Okay, that's all we need here. Let's save this, close this. The last step I need to do is I would like to have the view show up in the global navigation. And this needs to be done within the layouts.cs HTML file. So I'm copying this. I'm renaming this to table data. The name of my view is table data as well. And this view is part of the home controller. Okay, looks good. Save it. Close this file. And let's build the project. Build succeeded. So it looks good. Now let's try to publish the project. I click on the project and I click on publish. I've created a publishing profile in my first video, so I can now reuse that publishing profile. I can simply click on publish here, and Visual Studio should be able to publish our updated web application to Azure. After that, Internet Explorer is showing up, and Internet Explorer is trying to load our updated web application. And here we go. Here's our table data. And now let's click on table data. And here you can see responsible sales rep. And this is my name and my not existing phone number. So with this application, we have been able to save data to a table storage, and we also have been able to retrieve data from a table storage. And let me just show you that I really saved data to a table storage. And I can prove that by simply clicking on the Cloud Explorer in Visual Studio here, opening up the Cloud Explorer. So this is my Azure account here. As you can see here are storage accounts. So let's expand this. Here's my App Modernization demo. Let's expand this. And here's my tables. Let's expand this. Tables are loading. And here's my contacts list. So that's the name of the table I've just created. And as you can see here, there's a very handy table editor. And if you click on that table editor, this table editor is able to retrieve the data from my Azure table storage account. Here you can see we have our partition key, which is sales. We have the row key, which is Softlanding. The timestamp is set automatically. The name is my name, and here's my not existing phone number. So as you can see, it takes just a few steps to create a storage account in Azure and to add a table storage to an existing web application. In the following videos, we will add additional functionality to this web application, as well as enhancing its reliability. Thank you very much for watching this video and stay tuned.